Unaware of the impact his life would have, God's unique plan for Matt was gradually unveiled, and the stage on which it was set was Dublin's inner city during a time of great social and political unrest. On the first Friday of May 1856, as the people of Dublin gathered to watch the Peace Proclamation parade celebrating the end of the Crimean War, Charlie Talbot's wife, Elizabeth Bagnall, had more pressing concerns of a personal nature just then. On that day, the 2nd of May 1856, her son, the child she would call Matthew, was born in the parish of St. Agatha at 13 Aldborough Court. The family home at this time was situated adjacent to the Aldborough Barracks, which was being used as a base by the British Army. Matt was the second eldest of 12 children. 2 boys, twins, Charles and Edward, died in infancy, and that left 10 children, 8 boys and 2 girls. The family should have been relatively well off, but because Charlie drank very heavily, they were always poor, moving from one tenement to another. Like many Dublin families at that time, life was very difficult for the Talbot family, living in cramped and squalid conditions, with no proper sanitation or running water. Matt did not begin school until he was 11, and like many children of the time, the main reason why he went to school at all was so that he could be prepared for the sacraments of First Communion and Confirmation. He went to O'Connell's primary school, opened by and named after Daniel O'Connell, the Catholic emancipator. But Matt did not attend much school, as the family were poor because of his father's drinking, and this meant that Matt had to stay at home and look after his younger brothers and sisters, while his mother went to work as a charwoman to earn extra money. His teacher, Brother Ryan, sums up his time in O'Connell's by writing in the remarks column of the class roll book, a mitcher. When Matt left school at the age of 12, he could hardly read or write. Matt's first job was with a bottling company called E&J Burke in Bachelor's Walk. Bearing in mind that his father Charlie had a drink problem, it was a most unsuitable job. Matt delivered the bottles of stout and beer to the pubs around Dublin, and like many of the other boys who worked there, he decided to experiment and began drinking, and by the time he was 14, he was drinking regularly. When his father discovered this, he gave him a beating, but of course this had no effect, so he decided to get him a job working beside him in the bonded warehouse of the customs house, where he could keep an eye on him. But this proved to be an even greater disaster, because now, instead of delivering stout and porter to pubs, Matt was delivering whiskey.